Hello everyone, how you going and welcome back to CrappyDesign, the place that really just makes you question why we even pay designers, you know? I don't think I've ever seen a hot post that sums this sub up so perfectly as that toilet right there. So if you don't know what the sub's all about, strap yourselves in because that is what we're here for. Starting off with this evil looking Christmas duck that I only realized the other day is supposed to be rosy cheeks, not horrifying red eyes. Oh my goodness, what? I mean, now that they've said what it's meant to be, I can't really unsee it in terms of the rosy cheeks way, but at first glance it is 100% eyebrows with red eyes. It's funny, it's almost like an optical illusion. I keep looking at the eyebrows and then they look like eyes, and then you look at the cheeks and they look like eyes as well. Depending on which one you're looking at, it changes what it actually looks like. But realistically, the red eye version is way more prominent, you know? If I cover up the pink eyes for a second, I guess I can kind of see that it's meant to be eyes, but if I cover up the eyebrows, there is no way that I'm seeing that as rosy cheeks. I wonder if the poster is the person that actually bought the duck, or if someone else bought it as a gift, or is it their partner or something bought it? Because I feel as though if you were the one that bought it, it's a little weird that you wanted to buy a red-eyed duck. But on the other hand, if it was a gift or something, or somehow it just suddenly appeared in your house, I definitely feel as though I would see it as red eyes first. I guess the only thing that really saves it is the fact that these kind of eyes, I guess we will call them, aren't directly over the rosy cheeks. If they were directly over the rosy cheeks, there would be no way that you'd be able to argue that it's not. But because they are to the side of the eyes and the eyes are directly above the beak and whatnot, you can definitely see what they were going for. So hey, I guess I better break out the devil's advocate hat and say, look, as a designer or an artist or whoever makes something like this, if you're looking at it one way and you've designed it one way, I'm sure you wouldn't see it as red-eyed duck. But perhaps before you release something, maybe you should do a little bit of crowd testing and just make sure that it's not something like this and it's just a little bit wrong. Or hey, maybe the design is absolutely bang on and it is actually catering towards people that want red-eyed ducks or people that want rosy cheek ducks, you gotta cater for the masses, and this is the perfect way to go around it. These latex masks I found while looking for Zootopia images. I am convinced that the group one will possess anyone that wears it. Oh my goodness, what? The two big ones up the top are certainly something, but that bottom group one is just something else. I don't even know, are they human eyes? Fairly sure that Groot does not have eyes like that. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, he certainly does not have eyes like that. Look at the difference between these two images. Oh my goodness. Obviously this is a US seller, but I don't even know if I'd want to be bragging about the fact, people would just be going, really, there is no way I want to buy these things if that's the kind of Groot you're advertising. I mean, to be honest, the Black Panther one doesn't look too bad, and the Sloth one is kind of a little bit basic, but it doesn't look too bad overall. But if we're going off the fact that that Groot one is included in something that they sell, you just wouldn't be able to trust these people. I feel as though whatever you ordered, regardless of what the actual image of the thing is, it's just going to turn up being like Groot. Somehow they're going to make it like a product versus package, and they're going to make Groot look worse than that. And also, I've just noticed these two little teeth down here. He does not have any teeth. He is Groot. He is a tree. It's as though someone's just photoshopped the most bloodshot human eyes I've ever seen and two front teeth onto some random kid's drawing of Groot, and then they've sold that as the mask. I just can't see how that is a product that anyone actually comes up with and go, yeah, that looks good enough. Or actually, maybe it's just bad enough and far away from this guy that they just don't have to worry about taking on Marvel and all of those guys at all, No one would want to be affiliated with a product like that. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're just trying to get away from copyright infringements and whatnot. So in that case, yeah, it's CrappyDesign, but hey, you gotta sell something somehow. I'm pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to hold a scythe. Oh my goodness, anytime is holiday time in Adelaide. What is Adelaide doing? I know they're a little bit strange, and they don't have very good statistics in a lot of areas, and the stats kind of make sense as to why the Grim Reaper's weird brother would be hanging out in Adelaide, but it just doesn't make any sense. And I wonder how old this image is, because it looks as though it's something from the 60s or perhaps even earlier. And even just the fact that he's holding an hourglass, is that meant to be representing his time is running out? Is it meant to be saying before the Grim Reaper figures out how to hold a scythe and, use your time and come to Adelaide? Because I guess what they're saying is true, any time is holiday time when you're a dealer in Adelaide. So perhaps maybe we're just seeing the prequel to the Grim Reaper, He was just a jovial old man with his scythe and his hourglass walking to Adelaide, and then he kind of got dealt with in a not so nice manner, and then from there it started him down a path that turned him into the Grim Reaper. I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually just some, random upcoming film and I just haven't heard about it, because not much really happens in Adelaide, and I'm sure they'll be logging for some new attractions. These pictograms from a German governmental Corona FAQ are quite scary. Oh, what? Whoa, what are we looking at? We got Johnny the Ripper's parents right here. But no, what is it that is so unnerving about it? Is it just the stitching across the face mask that just makes them look as though they either have, I don't know, really, really wide mouths with just pinpoints of teeth hanging out, or like I said, are they just wearing a hockey mask or something? I feel as though it's also the fact that this blue is outlined with white, and it makes it look as though the head's all weird and disproportionate. This guy's head looks alright, it's just a bald head, and that's fine. But this one just looks really strange, as though there's a shower cap on top of the hair or something. I mean, I don't really know how else you do it. I guess you try and get rid of this white and see how it looks, but I can only imagine that they tried that and it looked weird as well. But surely there has to be some way to make them look not just so, like I said, Johnny the Ripper-ified. And staring at it some more, I feel feel as though it's also the glasses that make it look a bit unnerving. Just massive soulless windows and this gaping mouth just staring at you. Just, it just really does look strange. But yeah, it must be so hard trying to design something like this. You know, internationally, there is so many efforts and so many governmental departments trying to design all these pictographics and symbols and pictograms and all that kind of stuff that suits the entire population, but also be super simplistic. It must be an absolute minefield. So yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it's not the best design, but I can only imagine it's extremely difficult in this situation. Disney font puts the fun in funeral. Oh my goodness. Where you even find the Disney font, I don't even know. But wow, the fact that they've even done that, I can only imagine it's not the actual Disney font, because there's no way someone's actually going, yes, selecting from the drop-down menu, Disney. Oh, that looks great for a funeral home. And also, I guess it can't be Disney because they absolutely would have shut these guys down by now. You know, they had no holds barred when it comes to their intellectual property. But no, really, out of all the Disney movies, for some reason, it's reminded me of Aladdin the most. Obviously, like the title says, Disney has a Disney font, but for some reason, that film's just sticking out to me. I don't think it's because it was a funeral home or committed to caring or anything like that. I don't know. I think it's just something about the letters, or I don't know. I can't even pinpoint it. And also, the fact that it says committed to caring, I would hope so, considering you're a funeral home, that you are committed to caring. These people virtually only have two jobs, and one of them is definitely caring, and the other one is kind of just dealing with things that people don't want to deal with. So I always just find it ridiculous when places like this put, committed to caring, or whatever the phrase might be, because it's just like, really? That is what you're advertising? It's as though if Toyota came out and went, comes with tires. But anyway, obviously these people are a bit strange considering they're using Disney as their font. So, you know, what can we say? I don't know if it's crappy design. It's certainly interesting design, but to be crappy design, I feel as though it has to not really work, or I don't know, something's a bit wrong about it. Where realistically, everything about this works. It's just a very interesting design avenue to go down, considering you would obviously know what your business deals with. This is made for toddlers, and I can't find a single word. Oh, alright, here we go. Bag full of toys, word search. Look up and down, diagonally and backwards. Can you find words in these puzzles? Apparently not. Baseball, book, doll, game, puppet, puzzle, skates, and train. Alright, here we go. We'll look for about 3 seconds, and then when I don't find something because I'll believe them, then we'll move on. But let's see if we can find any word at all. Oh, we've got row. There we go. I found a word. Here we go. Stores right there. That's actually pretty impressive. 5 letters. And actually, I guess we've also got story. You know, that's even 6 letters. I'm doing amazingly. Oh, we've got mud if we take a little bit of a 90-degree turn halfway through. We've got lines. Line. There we go. Always have to have lines in a children's crossword. I'm actually really just starting to think this is the wrong crossword paired to the wrong phrases. As though this is last week's or this is last week's and they just didn't update and it somehow got printed. Because I'm finding plenty of words, you know. We've got store, lines, toy. What else did I say? We have row, crow. I don't know. So yeah, there's plenty of words in here. It just must be stuffed up somehow. So yeah, that's a real shame. I can only imagine how many kids are just sitting there going, Mum, Dad, I just can't find anything. You know, they're looking up here. They're going, okay, baseball. Where's baseball going to be? No. Okay, skates. No, just can't find anything. But realistically, with something like this, I feel as though it's not actually crappy design if it's just been a stuff up somewhere along the line. But you know, when someone actually goes through an entire design phase and a person or even teams of people who have worked on it, they've gone through all of this and then they're selling it as an item, and there is somehow some major flaw in it, then I can see how it's crappy design. But I don't know about this one. I feel as though this one is just a damn, well, that sucks. You can barely see the Lego bricks on this instructional packet. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that one and that one. Are they the same color and it's just different lighting, or what is going on here? They look as though they're the same color as this and they just have a different outline. That's the only reason you can even see it. My goodness, that is a serious oversight. Out of all companies, maybe only closely matched by Disney, I can only imagine Lego just virtually never, ever makes a mistake, because this is what you would end up with when they do. It's just incredible that they've even found something like this. I almost feel as though it's been a misprint or something. But then again, if we look at these pieces, they look super contrasty on that black background, so it makes sense why they've gone on the black. But then you end up with stuff like this where you can just barely see it. At least it certainly doesn't look as though it's anything too hard, you know. You got 3 pieces that you need to put together here, 4 of these that you need to just squish on together here. Surely it can't be too complicated there. And then hopefully when you flip the next page, you go back to these blue contrasty blocks. But still, I guess the same rule applies to what I just said about the last one. You know, when you have teams of people designing an entire Lego set, surely some kind of workaround can be manufactured and designed. So as well as these pieces being brown, I guess it is crappy design. Can't stop thinking about this sink. Oh yeah. Oh, that is some nice kitchen design. Look at that. You know, you wouldn't want to do what every single other sink ever has done and just go flush against the wall. No, you want to make this entire just jutty outfit that you would just smack your hip into every single time you walk by it. And I can't even picture a reason as to why this would need to be a thing, you know, not with plumbing, not with tap work, not with bench work, not with carpentry or cabinetry. Obviously, we have to give some credit where it's due, because looking at the rest of the kitchen, it looks fine. You know, you got a nice bench, you got nice handles and drawers, and everything looks as though it fits and is made for the space. And And then you've just got this random abomination right here. What is going on there? And I wonder whose choice this was. I wonder if it was the owners or if it was the actual kitchen designers. Obviously, whoever did that is in the wrong, unless I had some random reason that I can't think about. Because if it's the owners and they really push for something like this, I guess as a kitchen company, you just go, fine, we'll make it. Just do whatever you want. Just don't talk to us again. We would never usually say yes to something like this, but I guess if you're paying us lots of money, we'll say yes this time. But I just cannot see how a kitchen company would still be in business if that is the kind of thing they're delivering all the time. These mannequins want to eat your soul. Oh my goodness. Why do they look like those kind of, I don't know what to call them besides Luna Park clowns? I'll chuck up a photo now about what I'm thinking of, but they're the ones where you try and chuck the ball into the mouth. These mannequins look exactly the same and just as creepy, if not more so. Why have they been done like that, and how is a design that even sells? You know, even looking at the other ones, obviously we got these two, which are just insane and psychotic, but this guy right here doesn't look right, and then this little kid down here just looks completely dolified, just with a complete stare on its face, just going, we will eat your soul. And also just adding to the whole situation is the fact that this guy just has no arms, even just down to the hair choices, you know, that is some serious hair on these two girls right here. Obviously this hair is actually attached to the head and formed as part of the mannequin, but that purple is just completely insane. But think about it now, these would both be wigs, so I wouldn't want to see these mannequins without their wigs on. So my goodness, man, whoever designed these is a serious psychopath, or maybe they just got paid a lot of money to make these, because I feel as though this is just career ending if someone found out that you designed this. Pants that make you look like you're really pissed. Oh no. Wow, someone really just did not think about that. I mean, to be fair, it looks as though it's also the black up the side, not that we can see on this left side, but on the right side you can see that it is up here and then it goes along the outside of the leg. And I can only imagine that it's kind of a reverse tie-dye with bleach on black jeans. It really is just the fact that it does have this randomness to it from whatever it was, like I said, whether it be reverse tie-dye or whatever. Because, you know, if it was just straight cut two colors, you wouldn't even think twice about it, but just the fact that it's just perfectly on the inside of the leg, starting from the crotch, just, oh, it makes it look so horrible. But hey, I guess sometimes you just got to do what you have to do in the name of fashion, you know? If you want to be at the forefront of fashion and a trendsetter, sometimes you just got to look as though you beat your brains, and that's as simple as that. Two windows of my workplace are constantly fighting for the honor of being the one who gets opened. Yeah, I can certainly see a problem there. They really do just need eyes here, or perhaps even up the top, so that they can just look as though they're talking. You know, you can make a little animation about it where they pass a little ball between them and they're only allowed to speak when they have the ball, and only when they have the ball can they finally be open. But no, someone certainly didn't think about what would be happening there when they were installing those two windows, did they? You know, you can't actually blame the people that left the hole there, because perhaps they were thinking that it would be a sliding window or something like that. That's actually one of the only things I could think of, that it was designed to be a sliding window, you know, with a split down here and you just slide it to one side, and it ended up just being these tilt windows. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that somewhere along the line, someone just really didn't think about what was going to be happening here. It kind of reminds me of a whole bunch of kitchens I've seen where people can't open one drawer until the other drawer is closed, or if you open it, it just completely slams into it. So there were plenty of situations where this is a thing, but it's just a shame that you would never be able to have a cross breeze, or you can't even have more than one open, because, you know, the difference between having one and two windows open can be massive sometimes. So, and I'm also just confused about whatever these are. These look like remnants of PowerPoints or whatnot. So in that case, maybe the whole thing is just a complete shambles of planning. My friend's under the stairs bathroom, where their toilet is diagonal and partially installed into the carpeted wall. What are we looking at? Why does it look as though it's buried underground? Look at the texture of this carpet. And like they said, it's actually in the wall right there. My goodness, what a random, and the floor. What is going on with the floor? This is an incredible room. The amount of things that have come together to make this room is incredible. My favorite part really is just the texture of the carpet, whether people actually sit there drawing on it, or if it has just somehow over time become that way. But my goodness, does it just look like it's dirt. I mean, at least I haven't completed the trifecta by having a carpeted toilet seat, because that is one of the weirdest and grossest things I have ever seen on any of these subs. But realistically, this is not far off. And also, they said it's under the stairs, which I guess is a kind of good use of under the stairs, because no one really wants to go under there. But it is just such a random shaped room, you know. The toilet is in the middle. None of this space at the back is even being used, you know. Surely you could put these toilet rolls back at there, and then maybe you could tuck this bin behind there, or in front even. There have just been some very strange decisions made when they were designing this bathroom. I mean, hey, if you want to go unconventional in terms of a bathroom sense, that is a way to go. But I feel as though there's definitely a reason why most people don't go with something like this. So hey, even though you said friend, I feel as though maybe there should be an ex-friend, because if I walked into one of my friend's house and I saw that, I feel as though I would just not want to ever see them again, because, you know, let's be honest now, that is some seriously disgusting taste they have. And so the Topography design for the month is this paper in this sliced cheese maker. Looks like it has mold spots. Ugh, gross. Why have they done that? Front, it doesn't look too bad, but from the back it just looks disgusting. The cheese on the right there looks as though it's the kind of cheese that belongs in the bathroom we just saw. I mean, I guess it's just a shame in terms of what their logo is, being that green kind of circle and whatnot. Like I said, it looks fine from the image on the left, but I can only imagine that this is actually the front. And and it just doesn't make it look appetizing at all. But I've just realized the price of this cheese. My goodness, look at that price. 13 grand for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slices of cheese. And you're paying 13 grand for 6 slices of moldy cheese. I mean, obviously I can see that it's actually pesos, but still 13 grand for some cheese? They should just be giving this stuff away, let alone even charging people for it. You know, if we do a currency conversion of peso to AUD, here we go, let's have a look. 13,000. Oh, wait, hang on. $850 for 5 slices of cheese. Was it 5? No, 6 slices of cheese. Surely they were missing some kind of decimal point there, because you were getting 158 grams for $850. Unless it is actually some moldy kind of blue cheese from, I don't know, France or some crazy place. There is no way you should be paying $850 for some cheese, especially moldy at that. You know, I feel as though you should be being hand-fed this cheese on a private island, not just being served 6 slices in a piece of plastic. But yeah, look at that. 83,300 pesos per kilo. Again, 83,300 is 5.5 grand. You know, at these kind of prices, I feel as though it's not even in the realm of crappy design anymore. It just has to be kind of some extravagant thing that we don't even know about. Kind of just like how fashion can charge whatever they want for some random, just ugly thing. It just must sit in the upper echelon of the 1%. So yeah, I guess I'm just disappointed. This isn't even crappy design. This is just way above our puny minds. But anyway, that's going to do it for the top of crappy design. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do the YouTube analytical things down below. Other than that, I've been posting a lot of these videos, and maybe you want to check some of the other awesome posts that we've seen out, or maybe just want to consider subscribing so don't miss another one in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.